All right, we are looking at the web version of Circuit today. This is the very first release to the public of the web version, and so there are a lot of things about the web version that you need to know. Generally, the web version and the mobile version have feature pairing with a few exceptions, and those exceptions are built around use cases that typically don't require someone to perform a certain task on the go from a mobile device. Those things include portfolio and program administration, so being able to create a portfolio or to create a program or to edit a portfolio or a program. And then also we will look at permissions management in the delegate authority screen. So basically how you can assign different users as different roles, either the PM role or the client role. And also adding users to your portfolio. So we will look at all that today. All right, the first thing is I'm going to go ahead and launch the web version. Right now we have this unmasked URL. It's very, very long through Amazon AWS. So we'll put this link to the to the web version, the web client in the knowledge articles and other email communications that we'll distribute. So I'm going to go ahead and load the tool. All right, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out so that you can see this from the very, very beginning. So, all right, we've loaded we've gotten the URL, we've loaded this this login screen. I can log in with my regular email address, my password, but I'm actually going to log in with my Google account. I prefer that because I like to keep it simple and I like to keep my picture showing up on all the projects that I'm managing for my clients. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and log in with Google. All right, now here I can see the portfolio list. Now this is the portfolio list of all the different portfolios that I currently, to which I currently have access. So you can see there are several in here. I'm going to give you kind of a tour of the features using the Technobabble dummy data portfolio here. So I'm going to click on this Technobabble portfolio to select it. And now that I'm in the Technobabble portfolio, you can see that I can add a new program. By clicking add new program, it'll bring up this dialog to create a program. I'm not going to create that right now, but I can also edit a program that exists, so I can change the name and the description of a program here and click Update Program. All right, if I go back to the Choose Portfolio screen, I can actually create a new portfolio also in the similar dialog box. So I enter the portfolio title and the description and then push the Create Portfolio button. All right, also, if I go into the Technobabble portfolio again, I can see this screen here. This is the web version of the project list view, the list view in the mobile version. So you can see that it has the name of the of all the projects and programs, and it also will let me add a new project underneath each program. One of the cool things about the web version is that if I want to, I can actually filter to show the projects by status. So if I want to see only the red projects or only the yellow projects, I can do that. Or blue or green or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of them back on there. Now you can see that there's this tab here that says list view. There's also this tab here that has the word Gantt misspelled. So the Gantt view, that will be relabeled to become the timeline view. So I'm going to go ahead and click here to access the timeline view. And you can see that I can see the timeline view here. I'm going to go ahead and click on Delegate Authority up here on the top. And you can see first that the first time it loads, all of the data is misformatted, and that's going to be addressed in the next release of this web version. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh, because refreshing this view will actually correct the formatting issue on the Delegate Authority screen. All right, now I can see a couple things. I can see kind of this hierarchical view of all the portfolios and their programs and projects here. So I see the portfolio level here. Let's find the Technobabble portfolio. Here's the Technobabble portfolio with the programs underneath it. So here's the business systems updates program, and then the projects underneath that program, and the marketing automation, and then the other programs and projects in this portfolio. Now I can add basically the person who is assigned to be the manager underneath this manager column for that portfolio is the person that will be able to access this delegate authority screen for that portfolio. So if you could, at least for the short term, please don't change that. Leave me as the portfolio manager in case I have to get in and make some updates. Now, if you want to go ahead and put yourself as the portfolio manager for a new portfolio, that's fine. Just add me as a client so I can kind of see what you're doing during the beta, because I want to be able to understand the behaviors of the app itself. So, all right, so I can add as many clients as I want to. Okay, if there's one project manager or one manager role per node or per unit over here on the project side. So I can have one project manager at a time. And the reason why we can only have one is because that is the person whose name and picture or avatar will show up in the mobile version next to that project. So for example, I can't have two project managers listed underneath this CRM updates project, because we want to have the single point of contact, like the single person of the person who's responsible for the success of that project. And then we want to do that so that we can have less ambiguity about who is managing which project. So I know that we've kind of designed to for a constraint in the system that we may have to address at some other future point, but for right now we're trying to emphasize the importance of having one single point of authority on execution for a project. That does not mean that we have that person is not intended to be the executive sponsor or the client for that project. So, for example, if you're the sponsor for the CRM updates project, you don't go here. You go over here as a client underneath this area here for client. So now I can add as many clients as I want to a project or to a program or to a portfolio. So this is where you're going to want to think carefully about how you use this delegate authority screen. Because if you, for example, are using Circuit for customer-facing projects, let's say you have a program with several projects for one customer and another program with several projects for another customer, you can add the stakeholders in the client organization here at the program level. You can add those people that way, and then but not to another program. So you could easily have a handful of people for customer A. They would be able to then see only their program in the mobile version. You could have a handful of people for customer for program B, etc. Now, the advantage here is that you can have your clients for customer A and your clients for customer B, but then at the portfolio level, you could have all your internal stakeholders. So let's say you had like a VP of operations that wanted to see everything that was going on for all of the different customers. You can add them here at the portfolio level, and then they will be able to see all of your programs. That hopefully will be of benefit to you. All right, so that's how the delegate authority screen works. Let's see, let's go back and take another quick view of the project detail view. So we looked at the Technobabble portfolio here. We looked at the project list, but we didn't actually look at the project details. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into or click into the organic social content project. And here I can see the web version of the features that you see in the mobile app. So here are the issues, the milestones. You can go ahead and delete milestones here if you want. You can mark them complete. You can add risks. You can add corrective actions. You can manage those that way. Now you can mark all these complete, and they should go away here in the mobile version. But I'll have to double check that. So. But basically these check marks correspond to the is resolved field on the mobile version. And then the chat for this project is listed over here. All right. All right. Thank you very much for your time and attention. And thank you for participating in the beta. You rock. Keep the feedback coming. You guys are great. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.